Hello, I'm Robert Matthew and welcome to CPVLab.com. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what CPV Lab is and exactly what it can do for you. Now, just so you know, CPV Lab is a self-hosted script. It's dedicated to testing, tracking, and optimizing CPV advertising. And as far as I know, to date, it's the only dedicated solution on the market for CPV. And now this whole thing actually came about just from really my frustration from lack of flexibility within the tools on the market that were being used for CPV. Now I'm going to show you this here. Let's log into one of the test installs. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. This thing is a monster, so there is a lot to cover. Okay, so we're logging in now. Here you see the campaigns page. This is the page that you land on anytime you log into CPV Lab. And you'll see here now, direct link and landing page campaigns, that's more your traditional setup. And beyond that though, CPV Lab gives you the ability to run 5 other campaign types as well. And yes, even email follow-up campaigns, which are emails you're actually sending to your list. And there's a big reason for that, which I'm going to show you in the stats here shortly. So first here on this campaigns page, you'll see you have the campaign ID. Well, first off, each campaign, everything is broken up by the campaign type, and then you'll see all the campaigns listed under each type. Now it shows you the campaign ID, the campaign name, the date added. Last update, this is actually for the reports section, which I'm going to explain here in a few moments. You can see your views in real time as well as your profit loss in real time for each campaign, as long as you are using Tracking Pixel. And the stats, you can jump to the stats for each campaign, the reports, the trends. You can edit the campaign. Clone it. This is a huge time saver here. By clicking this, it's going to duplicate the selected campaign, where all you need to do is give it a new name and save it, and you're off and running. You can delete campaigns and reset the overall stats. So first, let's jump in. I want to cover the campaign types just so you're clear on what all these are. Now, just so you know, let me show you a visual. This is the Add Campaigns page. This is just a visual menu of the different campaign types you can run. You can bypass this completely, by the way, just using the drop-down menu. And here you'll see the different campaign types, and I'm going to show you actually bigger versions of these just to make it a little easier on the eyes. But one thing I want to point out, within CPV Lab, everything is extremely straightforward. The campaign setup process is extremely fast and simple. You don't have to be a master PHP coder or anything like that. Everything is really straightforward and just easy to use. And now here you'll see we're in a direct link campaign. This is when we add a new campaign. You can upload campaigns from the CSV files that you will be provided. You have one for each campaign type, so you can build an entire campaign offline and then upload it into CPV Lab. Next you have your campaign name, campaign ID. Now these are just the general settings for the campaign, and this is pretty much the same across every campaign type. So you have your predefined source. CPV Lab comes loaded with the majority of the most popular CPV networks today. You can easily add more if yours is not listed from the settings page. And next, I want to cover the engage rate. With this is great for popover campaigns. And what you can do here is enter in a variable, so I usually use 3 seconds. And what this is going to do is, you'll see in the stats section, it's going to show you per target how long, what percentage of those views actually stayed on that page longer than the interval that you enter here. And the stats CPV, you'll notice we have stats and reports. Stats are in real time, and these are used, the metrics are calculated with this general cost per view that you enter here, and also using the Tracking Pixel. Now reports are the hard data where you actually upload your spending reports and also any types of sub-ID reports, and it's going to merge all that data. It's the same as stats, it's just the hard data. So it's going to give you the most accurate spending and also conversions and revenue for each campaign. So we'll enter in general CPV here, 3 cents. And now you can pass your targets to the landing page extremely easy. All you do is check this box. You'll see down here at the bottom, pass target to LP variable. You just add this to your landing page wherever you want the target to be displayed. Save that as a PHP page, and you're set to go. Now, one thing within the direct link campaign that I want to point out, direct link and landing pages campaign, that I want to point out is you can do direct link, and you'll see, as usual, across the board here, you can always rotate through multiple offers, multiple landing pages, and everything is done on a weighted share percentage. And you can also edit these on the fly and completely remove an offer from the rotation without ever touching your actual CPV network campaign. You can use landing pages, and you can also do split. Now, this is an interesting feature here because sometimes when you run, depending on the offer, you may have, you don't know whether to direct link it or to use a landing page with it. Where when you do split, what it's going to do is send 50% of the traffic to the landing pages and 50% of the traffic direct link to the offers. So you can easily see the effectiveness of using landing pages versus just direct linking to the offer. And you'll see here these buttons are pretty much standard across every campaign type. You can add as many landing pages and as many offers as you need. And now here's the setup process. This is really simple. This is your campaign destination URL that you'll use at your CPV network. You just edit your links on your landing pages, add this code, place your pixel at the network, and you're set to go. It's extremely simple. I really can't emphasize that enough. And all right, so let's move on to the other campaign types here. So direct link, you can use landing pages and multiple offers. So let's move on to the next, which is multiple option campaigns. These are great for catalog style and review style landing pages. And you can have as many options as you want. And also on the click-through from the landing page, each option can rotate through multiple offers. And I can actually show you an example of that. Here is a dating landing page. This is a multiple option campaign. And what happens here, we have two options, nice and naughty. So when they click on naughty, it's going to rotate through your more risque type dating sites like Adult Friend Finder, Fling.com, sites like that. Now when you click on nice, it's going to rotate through your more traditional dating sites such as Match.com, Mate1, Zoosk, things like that. So that's just an example of a multiple option page, multiple option campaign, I'm sorry. And you'll see here, I'll actually jump into one of those. And you'll see here you can add as many options as you want. Very easily. And now the next campaign type is the multiple path. Now this can be a huge time saver. A path consists of a single or multiple landing pages that are built around a specific offer. In most cases, a branded landing page is going to convert better than a generic one. But the problem with that is if you have two offers that you'd like to run that really fit the same market or audience, you would have to use two separate campaigns. Where with this, you can do all that testing from one CPV campaign. You can have as many paths as you want, and I can actually show you an example of this as well. Here you go. Here is a BizOp offer. Now, this is for one particular offer. As you see, we're actually using one of their testimonials on the page, some of their credibility sources. So it's branded specifically for this offer. Now, here's another one that is branded for this particular offer. And this is just a separate path. And you can see we actually have multiple landing pages for this offer here, promoting this offer. So now with a multiple path campaign again, I can jump into that. You'll see all this pretty much stays the same. Path 1, Path 2, Path 3. And you can add as many paths as you want. And so the next is lead capture campaigns. Now, a lead capture campaign is when you're going for the opt-in on the initial landing page on the pop. Now, the problem with most tracking was you couldn't go much beyond that, where with CPV Lab, you can actually rotate multiple lead capture pages using only one autoresponder form. And I can show you an example of this. Here's one in the acne market that we have running. You'll see here's another page, just the headline changes, but they're using just the same opt-in form. And what happens after they opt in is you have a thank you page. So from the thank you page, you can actually send them to on the click-through, or you can even use an auto redirect to either a landing page, which again will rotate through multiple landing pages if you wish, or directly to an offer, which again can rotate through multiple offers. Now I'm actually going to show you lead capture. You'll see the setup is pretty much the same, except this is the new feature here. So from the thank you page, after they opt in and hit the thank you page, where do you want them to go? To either an offer or a landing page. So if we check landing page, you're going to see after opt-in. So you can enter in multiple pages to rotate through on that click from the thank you page. And again, the setup is extremely easy for lead capture campaigns, as well as all the campaign types. Now the next campaign type is a landing page sequence, and this looks kind of confusing, but it's actually very simple. You can have as many levels as you want. In this example, we have 2. Level 1 being the pop, so you can have multiple landing pages through there, and on the click through, you're going to go to level 2, which again, you can test multiple landing pages there. Now here's where one of 2 things is going to happen. Actually, you can use both of these. You can have a link directly to an offer, which again, on the click through, can rotate through multiple offers. Or you can also have an opt-in method, which it could be an embedded form on the page, it could be an exit pop, it could be a pop-up. And CPV Lab can actually track each one of those individually. And again, just like when in the lead capture campaigns, after the opt-in, from the thank you page, you can then again determine what you want to do with that subscriber. Send them to a landing page or send them directly to the offer. And all this is tracked as well. Everything throughout all that you're seeing here is tracked every step of the way. Now the next is email follow-up campaigns. So you'll see here on this menu, let me go back to this menu. You'll see here on these 2 campaigns, you'll notice a little email icon. Basically what that just shows you is that you can capture and track all your subscribers to these 2 campaigns in real time, and also you can assign a email follow-up campaign to either of these 2. And I want to show you why that's actually huge once we jump into the stats here in one moment. So that covers the email follow-up campaign. Again, very simple. You can track multiple emails, and from each email you can rotate through multiple landing pages on the click-through or send them directly to an offer. And again, all this is tracked. So now let's jump over to the stats. This is where things really start to stand out. Here we'll jump into a let's take the education short form campaign. All right, now one thing I want to point out here. Well, first off, you're going to see all the campaigns have different performance sections. Target performance, landing page performance, offer performance, and overall campaign performance. So what this gives you the ability to do is easily see the weakest parts of your campaign that need improvement. So you're just taking, going from the target level and just going deeper and deeper, and it allows you to easily see what's working and what's not at each path, at each step of the process. Now, one thing you might notice here is if we sort by target, and all these columns, by the way, are sortable just by clicking on them, and you can also show and hide any columns at any time. So you'll notice here, accredited online degree. You'll see it 3 times actually. And what this is showing you is the performance for that target with this particular landing page all the way across the board. And it's going to show you that for every one. Now this can be extremely useful because you may have a target that does well, that's doing well, generating a profit. But once you actually look at it this deep, you can actually see the specific landing page that works the best for that particular target. And now one thing, if you hide this, if we go to hide page, you'll see it condenses everything and all the stats and metrics per unique target. So just a cleaner way of viewing things. If you don't want to go down to the the page level, you don't have to. It's completely up to you. Now you'll see all these stats are particular for CPV. You'll see we can have the views here per target, the engaged percentage that I had mentioned before, your cost per view, which is the stats CPV that you entered during the campaign setup, the clicks, your click-through rate, and also your cost per click, conversions, conversion rate, revenue, earnings per view, profit per view, your overall profit and loss per target, also the eCPM and the ROI. And again, you can show and hide any of these columns as you see fit at any time. And the same with the landing page performance. You'll see views, engage percentage, everything at this level. So again, you see your cost per click at this level, your click-through rate, conversions, everything. And then again, at the offer level, you see all your stats. So it's very easy to identify what needs work in your campaigns, what's working and what's not. It's extremely simple. Now let's jump over to a lead capture campaign. And this is where I had mentioned why we're actually tracking. You can actually track email follow-ups as well. So in this campaign, you're going to see the stats change somewhat. We still have the views per target and the engage percentage, cost. Now here it's going to show you the number of subscribers. And this is in real time. It's also going to show you the subscriber rate and your cost per subscriber per target. And you can sort these. So as you can see here, I have a few that need some work. But a couple, not so bad. Not so bad. And then again, it's going to show you all the way down through the process of the campaign. So we have landing page performance. And by the way, you can hide these as well at any time. So you have landing page performance and your thank you page performance, and also your offer performance, and again, campaign performance. Now, what I mentioned before, I actually have a better example of this with the other lead capture campaign. What I mentioned before about tracking, you can assign a campaign, an email follow-up campaign, to the campaign that is actually building the list. And this is extremely useful, and it's all in one place. So here you see in the campaign performance, this campaign has had 1,177 views, cost $35.31, $28 in revenue, so we're about $7 down. But that's just from the immediate campaign. So when you look over here, list rev, this shows you the amount of revenue that the mailing list assigned to this has actually generated. So knowing that, now you can see we're actually $7 in the profit. And again, it shows you your cost per subscriber for the overall campaign. Oh, and one other thing to point out is you can view all these metrics visually as well. You'll see here. And you just have all the different options, cost per subscriber. And you have these in each different section as well, with all the major sections. And you'll see here, as I pointed out before, after the opt-in, we're actually tracking the performance of what happens after a visitor actually subscribes and hits the thank you page. So you can see here, we've had, the thank you page had 67 visitors. Of those 67 visitors, 40 of them click through to one of these pages. So you see here, 26 and 14, that's 40. And then shows us the clicks from there and the conversions. Everything is tracked throughout the process. It's actually, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And next, I can show you a landing page sequence campaign. And again, you can view the page like I showed you before, and it will show you everything from the page level. In this case, we're viewing at the target, so everything is, all the metrics are condensed for each target. And now here, like I mentioned, it's going to show you everything throughout the entire process. In this campaign, we have 2 levels. We also have a thank you page and pages after the opt-in. So it's showing us all those metrics for every single level throughout the campaign. So you may have a campaign where the targets are performing well, you have clicks coming in. In this case, even the initial landing page isn't doing so bad at all. A little bit higher there, but it did generate a conversion. And then a level 2 page, you may have this part solid, targets, level 1 landing page, and then maybe your level 2 could use a good deal of improvement, which in this case we really don't need to worry about that too much, but you can still see that throughout all these campaigns. And now here's an interesting part. As I mentioned before, with landing page opt-in performance, it's going to show you we have level 2 page 1 and level 2 page 2. And it's going to show you in this case we have, level 2 page 1 had 19 visitors, 4 opted in on the page, which is 21.05% of those visitors, for a total of 4 subscribers again. And now this page, level 2 page 2, has had 20 visitors, 3 opted in through the embed form, which is 15%. We didn't have a pop-up running on this page, and 2 opted in through the exit pop. So that's a total of 5 subscribers, 25% subscriber rate. And again, we can see the thank you page performance, the offer performance, campaign performance, the works. Now, one other thing I want to show you here. Here's a run of network campaign. And in this case, that's why you're not seeing any targets. And again, landing page performance, offer performance, and you may be wondering what this is over here. This allows you to jump to other sections of CPV Lab for the specific campaign that you're on. So in this case, we're on the BizOp campaign, run a network. If we click on trends, I'm sorry, optimize, I don't want to show you that quite yet. I want to explain one other thing. We'll jump over to the trends page, and as you can see now, we're in time and day trends. You can select time or day. You can enter custom intervals here, and actually let's just do past 30 days, and it's going to update that information. And if you scroll down, it's also going to show you this 1 hour per line. So you can easily pinpoint the most profitable and the least profitable times within your campaigns, as well as days. Now again, if we jump back over here, actually the optimize page, the optimize features absolutely kick ass. I don't know any other way to put that. Now if you check out, let's go back to campaigns for one moment here. Let me see, we'll take a look at this one. Now if you noticed, some of these are in a reddish color. Sorry, I'm colorblind. Some of these are in red, some of these are in yellow. And I want to show you exactly what that means. If you go over to the settings page, you have your general, username, password, time zone here. Here's where you add your CPV networks. Here's where you add your affiliate networks. You can back up the database. Now here's where it gets interesting. You have 2 different sections here. Alert settings. Have you ever had a campaign where you set it up and an hour or 2 later you check it out and you've had 1 or 2 targets that have blown through your entire budget? I can't stand that. I absolutely hate that. So to counter that, we actually came up with a application that is it's a desktop tray app. And what it'll do is it will check in with CPV Lab, and any of the settings that you enter here, any targets that fall within this criteria, it will alert you right on your desktop. And I can actually show you what that looks like. I have a couple alerts. You can see here, CPV Lab alerts, last time it was updated, and then it's also going to show the campaign and the number of targets in that campaign that require attention, basically. And when you click these, it's going to take you to that specific stats page for that campaign. And you'll notice here you can also have campaign alerts. Now I use this to basically just tell me when it's time to check out a campaign and see if it needs any optimization or any tweaks made to it. I generally set mine at every 2,000 views. So again, this will pop and tell me when a campaign, the first time it's hit 2,000 views, and every time a campaign receives 2,000 views. And all these are editable, and you don't have to use them if you don't want to. Now the targets that were in yellow, those are winners. And they fall within these filters that I have set. And you can customize all this as you see fit. And you don't even have to use them. You can just leave it blank and it will not use that filter. But what this does, now this is where it really shines, and this is a huge time saver, is really the optimization process is basically just a series of small decisions that you make over and over and over. So what we did was, instead of having to do that over and over and over, why not just make those decisions once and let CPV Lab tell you what to do from there. So basically you'll just set your filters. So in my case, for targets, I want to remove any target that has more than 100 views to it and doesn't generate 1 click, or more than 200 views and doesn't generate 1 conversion. And you can adjust these again as you see fit. Same with landing pages, and same with the offers. Now let me maximize this. Let me jump back up to the top, and let's go to the optimize section. And you'll see here we're in that campaign we just were in, the education short form campaign. We're using the current stats to base this optimization process on. You can easily lower your cost per view and increase your cost per view as well from here. Now you'll see you have a couple different sections within the optimize features of CPV Lab. First is your targets. Now it's going to show you remove, it's going to show you the winners, and also in progress. So in progress is basically any target, landing page, or offer that falls outside of the winner filters and the remove filters. So now what some people have actually done, CPV Lab is not an auto bidder. It does not have that functionality. But what some people have done is hired virtual assistants and given them the alerts app, and basically these people just sit around and watch for the alerts to pop up, and CPV Lab tells them what to do. I mean, who really can't understand remove, in progress, or winner? And it's that way across the board here for landing pages as well as for offers. And then it also shows you your overall campaign, the performance of that as well at this page. You can export all this information directly to a CSV file, or you can just export the target report to a CSV file and then simply just cut and paste the information into any type of bulk upload spreadsheet that you're using with whatever network you're working with. And so the next thing, upload reports. Now we touched on the report section. Here you just select your campaign and upload your reports. It's actually going to tell you what reports need to be uploaded. And you can add multiple affiliate reports because in most cases you can rotate through a ridiculous amount of offers, so you're probably going to have multiple networks you're working with. So you can upload all this data at one time. CPV Lab will then merge all the data together and give it to you in an easy to read, usable format. And that's pretty much it. There is a bit more to it, but I want to try to keep this as quick as possible, as short as possible, this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me using the contact link at the bottom of this page. I will say a few things here. We are in the process, as you've probably noticed, we actually put about 1% of our efforts into the overall design and 99% of our efforts into the actual data. So that is one thing in the future that we are going to improve on. Just so you know, for those of you who like the more visual, slick graphics and such. And also, right now, CPV Lab is available for $297. And that covers you for 1 year. After that first year, and it is optional, it's $147 a year to get continuous updates and upgrades. Now, one thing I want to point out is that price is not going to be set for an extremely long time. We do have a ton of other features that we are working on adding to CPV Lab. One is a multivariate testing engine, and the other is iPhone and Android apps and a bunch of other features as well. Once those are implemented, the price will drastically increase. And that is not some scare or urgency tactic. I'm just telling you the truth here. And also, this is not for newbies. CPV Lab is really not for newbies. You will be absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of data that it gives you. Now, CPV advertisers who are extremely serious and more on a professional level, you will, this is what you've been waiting for. Put it that way. So, check out, there's more information below. Take a look at that, and if you feel CPV Lab is for you, then I look forward to you coming on board and basically helping as well with any feedback that you may have or features you would like to see added. And thank you again for watching. Take care.